Okay, designers, you are ready to start your sticker sheet. So I'm going to show you all of the steps that you're going to need to know to get started, how to place your scanned drawings, how to start filling them, and then I'll talk about some other considerations that you will need to think about for your project and, more importantly, your grade on the project. So we're going to get started, so follow along with me to get your project started. So we're going to first go to File, New, and I want you to set this up as 8.5 by 11 inches. Again, double, triple check that you're set to inches. Why is this the size? Because that's the size of my printer. It's a standard size sheet of paper. You are going to get this printed on a sticker sheet, okay? And then you will hit Create. I'm going to click Close because I've already got mine started, but you will hit Create. And then you're going to start with a blank document, okay? The first step is we have to get our scanned in images. I'm going to move some things over here. I'm going to show you how to do this. So we're going to pretend that this is blank. We're going to go to File, Place, and you need to navigate to where these scanned images are. So you're going to scroll over here to the left. You're going to go to Courses, Art, Print Shop, and you're going to go to Scans. Now they should be in here. If you can't see them, remember you click on this here where it's the more viewing options, and you can change it to your large, extra large, what have you, okay? Mine are not in this folder. Yours will be in the Scans folder. I'm going to go where mine are. I'm going to place, let's place this one and click Place. Okay, so when you do, this happens, you click Place. You will probably need to resize a little bit. Don't forget, you need to hold down the Shift when you're resizing things, okay, in the next couple days. So I'm holding down Shift so it doesn't distort. And then you know it, you go to Object, Image Trace, make sure you go to Make and Expand. That's important. This is going to pop up. It's going to say, hey, this is a complex design, might take a little bit longer, and you're going to click OK. It's going to take a while. Bam, there it is. We're going to right click and ungroup this thing, and then you're going to delete the white space around the outside. Now, this is where you will find out if you did not close in all your shapes, because when you hit delete, you'll lose parts of these. They will disappear. And you want to make sure that your image is still filled white, because if it's not, if it's empty, like for instance, if it looks like this, that's not good because I can't fill it. Okay, you got to have all that. Now, what I would do is I would go through and I would place and image trace all of your stickers, and I would make sure that I would regroup them just for the time being. So if I look at my image, I don't have all of these colored in yet, but they're grouped. I just do that for ease, so I can move them around. But when I'm ready to start coloring, then I'm going to want to start to ungroup those. So let's go ahead and do that. So I want you to just watch this video. You're not following along. You've got your images placed, but now let me show you some considerations, and then you will have multiple days on this. This is going to take you a while. I'm expecting this to take probably 4 to 5 class periods to do this. So obviously the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to need to zoom in on this thing so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on my tree. I have ungrouped it, or I will ungroup it, because if I don't, I can't color it, right? And then I'm going to just start picking my fill. I'm not going to worry about the lines. You can change your line color if you want to, but I want to leave all my lines black. I'm just going to leave them black. And this is where you're going to go to your fill and stroke. I want to fill it a certain color. I'm going to pick a green, click OK. Now, notice it turns gray. Why does it do that? Well, because it thinks it's a bitmap, a grayscale image. So you have to open up your color panel. You're going to have to do this frequently. It's kind of a pain. And go to that drop down, you change this to CMYK, which is the printer color mode, and it will switch. Okay, now let me show you a quick and easy way to fill things. So let's say I actually want to select all these leaves. I'm going to hold down my shift. So watch me as I do it. Oh no, I'm clicking shift. Selecting all of my leaves here. Now, I could try to guess that color, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come over, I'm going to grab my eyedropper tool, and I'm going to click on that last green, bam, and now switch them to all different greens. Okay, so think about using that eyedropper tool. I use it a lot to change and select from other areas, especially like let's say I have another sticker that I want to reuse a color from. I'm going to use that. Show you some more like little tricks tricks of the trade. So let's say I want to alter. I don't want them all the same shade of green. Maybe I want to do like that one and this one. I'm just doing some random colors here. But let's say I just want them a slightly different shade of green. Instead of like trying to pick a brand new one, I'm going to double click on this and this is going to pop up. I'm just going to grab a slightly darker and click OK. So now notice we've got some definition, and I can do that even more. Maybe I want to do a different color here and here and here. Again, I'm going to stick the same. I fill them all the same green so that way I know they're kind of all in the same color scheme. They're all the same hue of green. They're just tints and shades of that same. Okay, so that's the first thing, kind of trick I would show you. Again, using your eyedropper tool, using some shortcuts so you're not having to repeat and try to find colors over and over again. All right, and then that's what you're gonna go through. You're gonna fill everything. Now I want to show you what the expectations are. The expectations are not just that you're just filling things, because that's easy. Okay, that's coloring book. That's basic 101. Anybody can do that. What I want to see is, are you starting to apply some of those illustration techniques in here? Especially think back to your paintbrush. Because I want you to start using some of the filters, some of those other things that are in there. So I'm going to show you what I mean by some of these advanced effects. So let's say I want to put some texture on this leaf here. So I'm going to think about, well, I know I've got that draw inside option. So I'm going to click on this leaf. I'm going to hit that draw inside, and then I'm going to grab my brush tool. Here I'm going to pick a lighter color. I'm going to change my brush. Let's say I want what do I want? Let's open up my brush library. Let's say I want this shape. I'm going to take my opacity down even, and I'm going to brush inside. And there you go. There's a subtle texture on there. If I want to make it, well, maybe it's a little too see-through. There. If I want to make my brush size smaller, I use my bracket key to take it down. I can add more texture. Pretty cool, right? I could even apply a style to it if I wanted to. While I have this selected, I'm going to show you a couple other things. So to get out of that, so I'm not out of the draw outside. Now this is a complex shape, so watch what's going to happen. When I click on this, it's going to turn it into a compound object. That's why it's like, I don't know what the fill and stroke is, because we've got multiple things here. I can apply some of those filters that we've learned. So I can go up to effects, and I can go into any of these, but I'm going to go into, let's go into the texture, and let's say, actually, let's say I want to blur these a little bit. The lines are too apparent. I want to blur. I can go to Gaussian blur, and I can blur my lines a little bit, and click OK. Now, if you're like, whoa, I don't like how it blurred over the black. It's because the black line is just underneath. So I just need to click on the black line, Object, Arrange, Bring to Front, and now it's back on top. So I am looking for advanced. I'm looking for things like texture and experimentation with some of the others. I'm going to move over to my sticker sheet so you can see what I mean with some of the others. So you can see I'm changing up my values. I did a little patterning here. This one I actually used a scatter brush on it. Again, another texture here. I applied a gradient in here. I want to see those more advanced options. That's one of the things you're getting graded on here, so that's going to be really important. Okay, so you're gonna add color to all of your stickers here, and then before you put them on your sticker sheet, the first thing you might want to ask yourself is, do I want to leave it flat white, or do I want to put a texture back there, or do I want to put a color back there? You can do that. Now, if you want to leave it white, you can just leave it white, but I like having a texture. I thought it was kind of interesting. If you were going to put a texture, and this is really important, in fact, you know what? Scratch that. Even if you're not doing a texture, you have to put a border on your sticker. Now, notice over here, I don't have a border on my sticker. There's no border here. but this one has a border. You need to put a border. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to put a border on here, okay? First thing is I'm going to come back to my tree, and I'm going to very quickly, I'm going to fill in all of my, you know what, I'm going to go like this. I'm not sure if I got all of these, but get the gist. I'm going to fill these a brownish color. Ooh, that's ugly. Again, I gotta change that stupid color. Ugh, I do not like that. Is ugly. That's better. Okay. I'm gonna group this thing. When I'm done, we're gonna pretend that I have this done. I'm gonna group this. Okay. And now I need to put a border on it. Here's how you are going to do the border. This is really important. You need to set your fill to none and your stroke to white. Very important. Fill to none, stroke to white. You're going to grab your pen tool and you're just going to start tracing around the outside edges, and you're just going to click and drag as you go. Now I'm going to go pretty fast. You can go slower if you need to, but you're just clicking. So I'm pulling my mouse as I go around, kind of like tracing it, and I'm just clicking as I go. I'm pulling the mouse, using that pen tool. Some of us are a little better with the pen tool, but you got to start getting familiar with it. So this is a nice, easy way to start using it, because we're going to use it a lot more. So I'm clicking, I'm dragging. Remember, clicking and dragging makes it so that the line is curved. You can do more or less lines. Ew, I don't like those. That was off. I got too far away. And all the way around my edge. Try to click and drag so that it's not all a bunch of straight lines, because it's going to look funny if it's all straight lines. If you click and drag, it's going to curve the line. And I'm just kind of curving my hand as it goes along with it. Tracing it. Okay. And then you're going to make it solid, and then you're just going to flip it and send it behind your sticker. And then again, I would group those, and now here you have your sticker. And then you can move that sticker onto your sticker sheet. You do not have to make it white. So let's say I want to make it a different color. Maybe I want to make it purple or blue. You can do that. Just remember, you still have to think like a designer. So if I want to change that and make it some kind of a crazier color, I can do that. But you still want things to kind of sort of match. So if you want to do that, you can do that. I'm fine. But I would keep it consistent. Whatever your outline color is, make all of your stickers have that same outline. I like white because it just gives it some breath. It's a nice neutral color. Or black, I would even be okay with. White's probably best because with the printer we have, it's going to be nice and clean, and you can see the separation between the paper. Okay. Hang with me. Almost done. So once you have your 10 stickers colored and they're on here, your next step is you have to do your 5 original stickers from scratch here in Illustrator. Remember, these should be really basic. You do need to do them from scratch. You cannot use the symbols panel. Now, you can use the type tool, which is what I did. Here's one of my stickers. I did not scan this in. I did not hand color it. I literally just used the type tool to do that. So the type, that's an option. You can also do basic shapes. I'm going to do a leaf. I'm just literally going to zoom out a little bit and come over here. I'm going to make a leaf. These should be basic, guys. Should be basic. I'm going to hit my draw on side again. filter on there. I need to put something that looks kind of boring. Let's put texture. Let's do green texture. So it pops up. Click OK. Okay. You still need to do that border, so I'm gonna hit my reset here and flip in. Oops. That's all mine. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. You guys are doing good. Ooh, that one's really rough. I need to fine tune some of those. Okay, for sake of time, because I know you are ready to get started, you're excited, you want to get moving on yours. I'm gonna pretend that that's good. It's not though. You could even add drop shadows if you wanted to. It might be kind of cool to do a drop shadow in there. See what that looks like. That's a little too thick for my. So, I don't know if I like that or not. I really don't. But so if I don't like it, remember you have that appearances panel. You can open that up. I don't like the drop shadow, so I'm going to take it, I'm going to delete it. I don't like the drop shadow. Deleting that bad boy. Looks stupid. Group these, and now I'm going to bring them onto my sticker sheet. Once you have your 5 originals, so we've got leaves, you got text, whatever, look at some of the examples that are on the slide presentation sheet. You can either decide to make these bigger to fill it, or I'm completely fine, guys. If you like make some copies, you can even change the size. You can flip them. So he's kind of going the other direction. I can recolor them. So you don't have to keep doing like a whole bunch of different originals. You can if you want to, but you want to fill this thing. Really fill your sticker sheet. You need to have, again, 10 of your minimum 10 of your stickers, 5 done from scratch. They can be real simple. They can even be, simple shapes or something. That's fine. Look at the examples that are in the slides for what I mean by additional little ones that you put in there. But fill this thing and have fun. Again, you have at least 4 or 5 days. Take your time filling in your shapes, and then when you're done, remember, you will need to export this as a JPEG, so you will go to File, Export, Export As. You do want to leave it as a JPEG. I'm just going to put it on my downloads. You want to make sure it's set to max, CMYK, 300 PPI, and then you'll click OK. Okay, but I will remind you when you're done. But otherwise, I can't wait to see all your stickers. I am excited. I know I'm having fun. I hope you have some fun with this as well. Good job.